Hi guys, we've had lots of feedback on our other YouTube videos showing the DTUK box in action. Lots of you are asking for information on how you fit the tuning box, so we're going to quickly go through it with you to show how easy it is. It is plug and play, so easy to put on and easy to remove. So first thing we do is remove the engine cover, just pulls off like that. Then what you want to do is you take your harness. Now the easiest way I find is, before you start hooking anything up, is you put it in position. So slide the connector end under the back of the intake pipe and then slide it around here, just like that. That means that you can have the tuning box tucked away just in between the battery and the airbox to keep any water off or anything like that. So it comes with 3 connectors. You've got number 1, which is blue. Now that's the longest one, and that's for your fuel rail sensor. Then you've got number 2, which is green, and that's for your boost sensor. And then number 3 is your cam sensor. So what you want to do is, just for the minute, is just lay them across the top of the engine like that, and then essentially what you do is you plug the harness into onto where the sensor goes, and then you piggyback the other one. So if we unhook the, there we go, if we unhook the fuel rail, and then what we want to do is take the one from DTUK, which is this one here, and we plug it in, and then we plug the Skoda sensor into the box. That's done, it's out the way. And then number 2, which is boost sensor, do exactly the same. Unhook it there, slide on the sensor, and then connect it. And number 3, which is the camshaft sensor. Now what I would advise doing is, where you've got this pipe that goes over the top, is I would remove the screw, which is that, with hex bit. It just means that you've got a little bit of wiggle room there. Obviously don't go crazy and flex that too much, but taking it out just makes it easier. Now my connectors were quite easy to take off, but sometimes you might need a pair of pliers just to ease off the connectors. Now just be very careful, because they are easy to snap. And the last thing you want to have to do is go back to Skoda and say that you've broken one. So with this one, you simply pull on the grey tab backwards, and then you should be able to simply slide that connector off. And this is why you need that off, because it's quite a tight fit. There we go. So I've taken that off, and then we want to put DTUK sensor or connector back there. And then we need to piggyback this one. Now this one's a little bit more complicated. Now I believe, there you go. So with this one, it's quite hard to know which way it goes around, but it should be easy to push in. So you can see that way it jams a little bit. This way, there you go, straight in, push the clip in. And that's pretty much it. Then what you want to do is just push these cables back, just to make it easy to put in, like so. So just push them out the way so they can't get trapped anywhere. Likewise with this one, so it's not touching any hot parts of the engine. We'll put them just around there, look, and then pop your cover back on. That should go on just as easy as it come off. There we go. And then simply, then you connect your box like that, and that's it. And then what I do is just push the cables down, and then you can slide it out of sight, just like so. There you go. And that's it. Now you've got all of your programming buttons on here. we'll go through that in 1 second. So once it's connected and you've got your ignition on, you'll see that you've got a light flashing on the box. That shows you which program it's on. So if you want to change the program, you simply hold the plus and the minus buttons, keep on holding them just like this. There you go, all the buttons flash on. Now what that'll do, now if you press 1, you'll see that the program is increasing, that's increasing power, and then that's reducing power, and then you press P and that changes the program. Now historically I've always had mine on 1+1. What the guys from DTUK say is that you try it on the lowest setting and you work your way up until you see issues with limp home mode, etc. So I've left mine on that. So simply hold the buttons together. There we go. So once that's like that, so if you wanted to change it to 1+3, set it what you want, and then press program, and there you go, and then you'll see it's on that. But we want to reduce ours to 1+1. So we hold the buttons together, there we go, and then we're going to reduce it, and if you press P, that changes the program, 1, 2 and 3. Now as I say, I've always been good on 1+1 on this car, and then it should be fine. So once you're happy with it, press the P button again, and there you go, and then it saves it off. Tuck it down. One last thing that we have forgotten about is the blanking plug, which comes in the box. Now what this enables you to do is effectively completely remove the box from the system without taking apart all of the harness. Now if your car's going in for servicing, don't just put this plug on, take all of the harness off. Obviously one of the major advantages of the tuning boxes is that the manufacturer cannot detect that they're on, unlike a remap which sets the TD1 flag. Now this car's had this box on for a long time, it's been always serviced at Skoda, and I've never had any issues with it being raised, but obviously it is pretty much be careful. So if you want to hook this up, you can just take your box out, you can press the clip just here, take off the connector, and then slide in the blanking plug, just like so. There you go, and then you're free to do whatever you want to do with that. And I say it just reduces it back to normal, like the unit isn't connected. And again, easy enough to put back in. Just like so, and you'll see when it's connected again, you'll get your flashing light. As long as you've got your lights on, you know it's connected right, and then you can just push it down out of the way. Here we go, this is the unit pushed where we normally keep it. Just keeps all the rain off it and keeps it secure. Some people do put them in bags, but it's actually not recommended by DTUK. Obviously now you can see that you can see some of the cabling. I think you can make that a bit tidier, but pretty much that is how it is. Now, hope you found this video interesting. Hope you find it useful just to see how easy it is to fit the DTUK box. If you've got any more questions about fitting or performance on this VRS 184, then please let me know in the comments below. Hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you.